Habits of a Happy Brain by Loretta Breuning explores how the brain's natural chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins, shape our emotions and behaviors. Breuning explains that these neurochemicals evolved to reward survival behaviors, but in modern life, they can also reinforce habits that may not necessarily lead to happiness. By understanding how these chemicals function, we can train our brains to develop healthier, more sustainable habits that promote long-term happiness. The book starts by breaking down the role of each happiness-related brain chemical. Dopamine, known as the reward chemical, drives motivation and excitement when we anticipate something pleasurable. Serotonin regulates mood and confidence, helping us feel respected and valued. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, fosters trust and social connection, while endorphins act as natural painkillers, providing temporary pleasure and relief. Breuning emphasizes that happiness is not a constant state but a series of fleeting chemical reactions that must be actively nurtured. A key idea in the book is that our brain is wired to seek short-term rewards rather than long-term well-being. Because our ancestors needed to survive harsh conditions, their brains evolved to prioritize immediate benefits, such as food and social status. However, in modern society, this wiring can lead to unproductive behaviors like overeating, seeking social validation through social media, or chasing material success without true fulfillment. Breuning explains that by understanding these patterns, we can rewire our brains to seek healthier sources of happiness. Breuning introduces the neurochemical feedback loop, which explains how repeated behaviors strengthen neural pathways, making certain habits automatic. If a behavior, such as eating junk food or procrastinating, triggers a dopamine release, the brain learns to crave it, reinforcing the habit. However, by consciously choosing positive behaviors and repeating them consistently, we can build new neural pathways that promote happiness in a healthier way. One of the core principles in the book is the 45-day habit rule, which states that it takes about 45 days of consistent effort to rewire the brain for a new habit. This is because neural pathways develop with repetition, but the old pathways never fully disappear. By consciously choosing beneficial habits, such as exercising, expressing gratitude, or fostering positive social connections, we can strengthen new circuits that lead to long-term happiness. Breuning also discusses the importance of self-awareness in managing emotions. She explains that negative feelings, such as anxiety and insecurity, are not flaws but evolutionary responses designed to protect us from harm. Instead of trying to eliminate these emotions, we should acknowledge them and consciously redirect our focus to healthier thought patterns. She provides practical exercises to help readers break the cycle of negative thinking and develop more constructive mental habits. Another major theme in the book is how social interactions affect brain chemistry. Breuning explains that serotonin is linked to social status and respect, which is why people often feel happier when they receive recognition. However, constantly seeking external validation can lead to stress and dissatisfaction. She encourages readers to focus on self-respect and internal sources of confidence rather than relying on others for approval. Breuning also emphasizes the role of oxytocin in building trust and deep relationships. She explains that small gestures of kindness, such as making eye contact, physical touch, and meaningful conversations, can boost oxytocin levels and strengthen social bonds. By actively fostering trust and connection, we can create more fulfilling relationships that contribute to long-term happiness. The book explores the role of endorphins in managing pain and stress. While endorphins provide short-term pleasure, such as the runner's high after exercise, they are not a sustainable source of happiness. Breuning warns against seeking artificial sources of endorphins, like excessive drinking or risky behaviors, and instead encourages healthy alternatives such as laughter, physical activity, and engaging in hobbies. A significant portion of the book is dedicated to identifying and overcoming unhappy brain habits. Breuning explains that because our brains are wired for survival, they naturally focus on threats and potential dangers, leading to stress and anxiety. However, by training ourselves to consciously recognize positive experiences and practice gratitude, we can shift our focus toward a more optimistic mindset. Breuning provides a step-by-step guide to rewiring the brain for happiness. This includes identifying negative habits, replacing them with healthier alternatives, and consistently reinforcing these new behaviors until they become second nature. She encourages readers to be patient, as change takes time and effort, but assures that with persistence, it is possible to create lasting improvements in emotional well-being. The book also discusses how to create a happiness-friendly environment by surrounding ourselves with positive influences. Breuning suggests that the people we interact with, the media we consume, and the routines we follow all impact our brain chemistry. By consciously curating our environment to support our well-being, we can make it easier to maintain happiness-boosting habits. One of the book's most important takeaways is that happiness is an active process, not a passive state. Rather than waiting for external circumstances to improve, Breuning urges readers to take control of their happiness by making intentional choices that support positive brain chemistry. She reinforces that small, consistent actions, such as setting goals, building relationships, and practicing gratitude, can lead to significant long-term changes. In conclusion, Habits of a Happy Brain provides a science-based roadmap for creating lasting happiness. By understanding how dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins shape our emotions, we can consciously develop habits that promote well-being. Breuning's approach is both practical and empowering, helping readers take charge of their brain chemistry and build a happier, more fulfilling life.